Domingo Germán. Noted scumbag. Domingo Germán. Also noted two-time cheater now. Not just once. Decided to go again and got caught this time. Welcome back to the Flight Deck Podcast. We lost to the Yankees again today. It is what it is.
Yeah.
We're post-game. Still hurts a little bit. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Never good to lose against the Yankees. Never good.
No, it's not. However, in the two games against the Yankees so far, there has been plenty of storylines. First, there was the Aaron Judge situation yesterday, which we can get to after, I think. Unless you guys want to start with that, but I don't think there's enough.
Later.
Okay. But today, Domingo Germán went 3 innings, was perfect through 3. Hadn't give up much other than a 100-mile-an-hour fly ball to Kevin Biggio. Outside of that, absolutely nothing. Came out for the 4th inning, and the umpire stopped him and checked his glove. I don't know if the Jays said to stop him and check him or what the deal was.
I think they said it was the same crew that did the whole incident before. So
that's what I heard.
So it wasn't Phil Cuzzy?
No, not Phil Cuzzy. First time
this
ever
is the first
that Phil Cuzzy was not a part of the suspension. Yes. Crazy stuff. So they stopped him in the coming out for the bottom of the 4th, and all 4 umpires made a note to go look at his hand for some reason. It was strange. And they determined that there was definitely something on his hand. They booted him out. And if you look at some of the videos afterwards where he's standing with like his hands on his hips and like you see where his hand was on his hips as he slides away, and it's just like a brown streak across like where his hand goes. You're like, yeah, he was probably
so Domingo Germán uses feces on the baseball?
Potentially. That's kind of what it looks like. It looked like pine tar, maybe.
Yeah,
that's my best guess.
Makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the easiest
common
one.
Yeah. So Domingo Germán's going to be looking at a 10-game suspension. Shucks darn. And that's pretty much all we need to say about that loser, because I don't know how you get caught twice. You'd think after the first time where you almost got caught, you'd probably stop.
Yeah.
But that didn't seem to be the case. I guess, you know what? You didn't really get away with anything. You're right. It's a good point. So then, he got caught this time. Same. It's the same umpire crew. You'd think you'd maybe change, but whatever. He got caught. Might be. He got caught. He got booted. Yankees used Ian Hamilton. He got quote unquote injured. He got yanked by the trainer came out, took him, so they had all the time in the world to warm up another pitcher. It was just an ugly inning as a whole that we got nothing out of. But we don't really need to talk about the Yankees games. We can go back to happier days when we swept the best team in the NL. I didn't bring the broom again, but hey, we did it.
Jesus, Brent, you get it together. You did it.
I know.
You did it one time, and it was just to piss me off.
I
know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my lack of broom. I don't sweep enough around here. And
filthy.
Yeah, it is what it is. Was there anything big in the first 2 games of the Braves game? Because I missed both of them.
I mean, do you want to start with our impact players?
Hold on. You're right. We do need to start with our impact players of the week. I forgot we're doing that because the first one definitely matters. Go ahead, Connor.
So, ladies and gentlemen, my first impact player of the week, and you may notice that I'm currently, if you're watching, I'm not wearing a Blue Jays jersey because, ladies and gentlemen, former White Sox, my pick, Chris Bassett.
Former White Sox?
Former White Sox.
Really?
Did he pitch a game for the White Sox before he was traded to the A's? Because I don't believe so.
I don't recall. I only recall him as an Oakland Athletic. Shame, but
former White Sox farmhand.
Pitched 1 year. But
no,
it's 6 games with the White Sox.
Wow.
It counts.
How many innings?
29 and 2/3.
So starts.
3.94 ERA.
Yeah, dog. Naturally,
his rookie year ago. But the more important thing, complete game 2-hitter shutout, shut piece. The first one since the first 9-inning game since Stroman in 2017.
Insane. The craziest thing about this is John Schneider let a guy go 9 innings. Forget about the performance itself. He let him go for 9 innings.
It's Bassett. What do you got to lose?
I think I watched Foul Territory, that show with like AJ Przincki and Lorenzo Cain, and Whit Merrifield was on it, and they talked about it. When Schneider went to go out, literally all the infielders ran in and be like, "Don't you fucking take him out." And Schneider was like, "No, I'm not. It's all good. Just wanted to give him a breather." And then what really helped was Ronald Acuna Jr. swinging on the next pitch he threw.
Yeah.
And get him popping out.
Yeah.
So he went into the dugout with 90 pitches?
Yeah. I think he ended the game with like 102. He had a pretty efficient ninth too.
He's really good.
That's a very easy pick for you this.
My picks have been week. The 2 times I've been first overall.
Very slam dunks. Yeah. Yeah. I got second overall this week. And I'm going with fan favorite. Craziest fan favorite I've ever seen. Kevin Kiermaier. What's up? Oh yeah. On your wall. That's what I'm saying. Fan favorite. Instant fan favorite. Kevin Kiermaier.
Has anyone become a fan favorite quicker?
No.
Like this much of a fan favorite?
Nope. No.
I think
all you want, Connor. No.
I'm not saying like it's crazy. No, I completely agree with you. I'm trying to figure out like what was the moment? Was it during the off season or was it like that catch in the home opener?
No, it was before the home opener. It was like the second he stepped on the field.
The videos of him at the Leaf game with the now we go. That got me going.
I think honestly, I think those could be seen a little as like corny.
Sure,
people,
and I think like that's part of why he is what he is.
And it started going. It went from corny to like, oh no, this is just who you are. That's fair.
Yeah, and then he was great when they were on the road, and then he came here and made that catch,
and then hit a home run.
And then he said he wants to sing the Canadian national anthem.
Rode his bike here, like a 4-mile bike ride,
and he just keeps on doing it. He's got a 1.5 WAR right now.
Yeah, he's batting like 315.
He's never even been a 300 hitter in his career.
No, this is the best year he's ever had.
I mean, he's great. He's had like really good numbers at Rogers Center, so like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
if you're Ross, you just like hand him a blank check and say, just
sure. I can't imagine there's too much on it.
Here's like 2-3 years of just like, if you give him, he's probably not going to take the same amount of money that he did this year, which was what, like 9 10 million. If you give him,
you could get him for 30 for 3.
I was gonna say, if you,
I don't know if I want him for 3 years,
slightly less than the Kikuchi deal, I'd be like, okay, cool. Like,
I just love having Kevin Kiermaier, the person, on this team, so I'm not opposed to 3 years of Kevin Kiermaier.
I think
at this point,
worst, Kevin Kiermaier becomes a Bradley Zimmer at his absolute worst.
Yeah, and I think that's fine if you're paying him $10 million, in the third year. Like,
considering your payroll is,
he'd be more serviceable and playable than Bradley Zimmer, though. Like, he's still got that. He actually has a hit tool.
Yeah. Bradley Zimmer was a lot of boomer bust.
Bradley Zimmer had 2 doubles and a home run against Tampa. It was like, that's it.
Bradley Zimmer just didn't go up there with a bat half the time. I don't think.
I think Jackie Bradley Jr. in his first week of being a Blue Jay had more hits than Bradley Zimmer all year.
Yep. Yeah, he did. We don't need to talk about Bradley Zimmer because we have Kevin Kiermaier, who's a legitimate fan favorite.
Yeah, we went from Kevin Kiermaier and Raimel Tapia to Bradley Zimmer and Raimel Tapia to Kevin Kiermaier. And
he only played 4 of the 5 games last week, but he hit 545, 643 on base, 818 slugging percentage, a 303 WRC plus. How do you do? 3 of his 6 hits were doubles. And he scored 4 runs. He had a 3-for-4 night on Saturday, I think it was.
And he had a nuke tonight.
And he hit a bomb today. Unfortunately, that's not in my week, but he's on his way for doubling up as my pick for next week.
On his way for Nate.
So also, I'm still just mind blown by the way he spins his glove on his finger.
Yeah, dude, I've seen Bo in like dugout try to do it, and it's just like, this is not working.
I've tried it. It's hard, man. I can get it to go like once around, but he has that thing spinning like it's a basketball.
Like a Beyblade.
You know what the difference is?
He's a beautiful man. I don't have the blue eye.
No, you don't have a platinum glove.
The platinum weighted thing probably spins it a little quicker. You're right.
Just when you thought
that's
Kevin
what it is.
Couldn't get any better, he joined the Jano Glasses Club.
I'm still heart set on the fact that he did that for us average looking folk because it just wasn't fair. Everyone's just so smitten by Kevin Kiermaier, rightfully so.
Like, let me put
that he's like, you know what? Let's just tone this down a little bit. Put some glasses on, and I think it just made him more lovable. It's crazy. Yeah, lots of love for Kevin Kiermaier. That's my pick for this week. Nate, who you got?
I'm gonna go Jose Barrios, I think here.
Okay.
Would we say 5 2/3, 2 runs? Didn't watch a ton of games this week, so
he went 5 2/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 Ks.
There you go.
Just continued.
I'll take it.
Continued to dice.
Continued
is what Jose Barrios did.
This is the Jose Barrios we acquired and we paid for.
Yep.
He's getting outs, being consistent.
Who knew we had to who knew that for us to get a good Jose Barrios, kind of good Yusei Kikuchi and Chris Bassett, we had to sacrifice Alek Manoah.
I didn't write him on the sheet, but I do want to talk about Alek Manoah.
Holy shit. But we can. That's in the Yankee series. We can. Or do you want to bring it up now? Because we can.
I want to bring it up now.
Okay. Because God.
Didn't he also pitch against Philly?
That was.
Oh, he did. He did.
Pitch we talked about that already. We talked about that already. My bad.
We can just keep talking about him though, because it's a notable talking point. Because Alek Manoah is bad right now.
Genuinely, dude. He's 2022 Jose Barrios.
Mm-hmm.
Like, actually, no. He's more Yusei Kikuchi.
Yep.
He's more 22 Kikuchi because of how much he walks 5 people a game now.
He walked 7 last game.
7 last game.
Yep.
I don't know why this point hasn't come sooner, but like, have we reached the point where Jano just catches him for a game just to give him a different look?
There's no reason not to right now. I don't know what you're.
I don't see the downside of it. I don't see any downside.
What's the worst that can happen? He's going to walk 7 again.
He gets pumped. Like,
well, he's already doing that.
We throw away another game. Like,
well, we've already done that. There's nothing we can't. Like, there's nothing that's going to happen that we haven't done already. So maybe we just give Jano a shot and we see what happens. The only problem I can see with that is now Jano is the catcher for him, Gausman, Kikuchi, and Barrios.
Yeah, and it's just Bassett and Kirk.
Why do we have Kirk at that point?
I think like Kirk's caught Barrios and Kikuchi at points, has he not?
I feel like he's caught Barrios more than Kikuchi. I think Jano's pretty much caught every Kikuchi game.
Yeah.
I think Kirk has also caught pretty much every Bassett game, if I'm not mistaken.
Not the first one.
Jano did off the hop, and then they switched.
Yeah, which is fair. Like,
all the successful Barrios starts, I'm pretty sure have come with Jansen behind the plate. Like all of the recent ones.
Yeah.
I don't know about Fridays.
Friday, or Saturday.
Was it Saturday that Barrios started?
Yeah, Saturday.
Saturday was definitely Jano then.
Saturday was definitely Jano, and I know Sunday was also Jano. So
Sunday was Kikuchi.
Yeah, so it was definitely Jano.
It's just the Barrios starts. So you now have Alejandro Kirk for one guy, and I think that's why you hesitate to do it. However, I don't really care.
Kirk isn't hitting.
No.
Like,
he has a high.
Kirk, he's capable of catching those other guys. Like, he's catching Bassett right now.
Mm-hmm.
Bassett's got a good splitter. You could theoretically correlate that to Gausman. But if he's not hitting, who cares?
He has a high on base right now, but that's about it.
The only side of
that'd be great if he wasn't the 4th slowest player in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The other side of that, though, for me is you don't really want Jano catching 4 days a week or four of 5 games. Sorry, because you're not getting very many days off if you're Danny Jansen. That's a lot of work.
I can't take a Gausman game. Give it to Kirk.
Do you really want?
We also
because I think
Kirk also just picked up Heineman. Wasn't it Heineman we picked up?
Yeah, back
and have Rod Brantley. So
sure,
there kind of seems to be some writing on the wall there that potentially we're going with a 3-catcher system and just using Kirk to DH.
I'm here for it.
On Alek Manoah, let's just go over the statistics from this year to last year.
Okay.
His expected batting average last year was 224 against. This year, it's 286. Now, here's where it really sucks. The expected slugging last year was 343.
Mm-hmm.
This year, it's 503. You fucking yikes. Hard hit percentage last year was in the top 8% of the league at 31.5%. This year, it's 42%. His K percentage last year was 22%. Yep. Now it's 16.4.
His slider stinks.
His slider stinks. His walk percentage last year was 6.5%. It is now 15%.
Oh, it's bad.
ERA is a 5.4. His expected ERA is a 7.05.
What did you say his sorry, what did you say his ERA is right now?
5.40.
That is worse than Kikuchi last year. His expected ERA was what? Sorry?
7.05.
That is significantly worse than Kikuchi last year. Do you have his
That's
FIP?
also significantly worse than Barrios. I can grab it for you. I was doing that off of Baseball Savant, but I don't think they have FIP. Alek Manoah's FIP is a 646.
Kikuchi last year, 562. He was expected FIP.
Scroll down real quick. Expected FIP of a 613.
407 for Yusei Kikuchi last year. So we are talking about a guy that is significantly worse than what Yusei Kikuchi was.
And Jose Barrios, even like
at least with Yusei Kikuchi last year, he had an 1109 Ks per nine, which is ridiculous. Alek Manoah is not giving you that. Alek Manoah is not giving you much of anything right now. What do you do?
What do you do?
I don't know.
There's also, people saying he should go to single A, like because
it
worked for Doc. No, they're saying it because it worked for Doc.
Because Doc, yeah, I know.
But
Doc also had like a 10 ERA that year and was 1 year into his major league career.
Yeah,
Alek has a pedigree at this point, and
he's had one, and he's basically he
was a top 3 Cy Young last year.
Yeah, he's had 2 full good seasons, pretty much.
But
great seasons.
I wonder if he needs time in AAA, like to work on things and figure it out.
Phantom IL.
No, you don't even have to Phantom IL him.
Just you can option him. Just send him down. You give him 2-3 starts, see how he's looking. If you have to work on stuff, which clearly he has to work on some stuff right now because something is not right with Alek Manoah. So if he's healthy and you're not going to throw him on the actual IL, then you might as well send him down to go work on whatever the hell is wrong and see if you can figure it out. Because trying to figure it out against major league hitters is very hard, as he's shown for an entire year.
It's not working.
It's not.
It seems something's got to change, and he's not being a productive member of this rotation at this point. Like, I love the guy, but like,
yeah, we all do.
We got to do something. But the issue is, who are you bringing up?
That's the fucking.
Yeah. Well, they brought up Thomas Hatch
for Jay Jackson. I purely think out of fear of something happening today. Like
maybe. Thomas Hatch is like a 4.32 ERA in AAA this year, so I don't really understand why that move made any sense.
And like,
obviously, Mitch White's not your guy. We were hoping it would be, but Mitch White currently has a 5.54 ERA.
He's also not starting.
Yeah,
he's not starting.
Also,
he's being used in a bulk role tomorrow after the starting pitcher.
Yeah, my thing with Alek is, it's like there's one thing of like, okay, you're just not good. You're not even eating innings.
Nope.
Like, you're not even pulling a Gausman. Remember what Gausman did against the Astros? He gave up 7 in the first inning and still went 5 innings.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore
either. I'm just gonna say it.
Didn't Kikuchi go 5 innings in his start against Atlanta?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
he wasn't good.
He was carving outside of the homers.
Yeah, like, so it's not even like.
No, it's bad. It's not good.
Dude, it's fucking weird. You know how like we always like basically in the order of like Alek Manoah was going into your Alek Manoah was the ace, then you go 2, 3, 4, 5. Literally just shift all the numbers that you in your head down 1.
Up 1. Yeah.
Or up 1 or down 1. Gausman is now the 1, Bassett is 2, Barrios 3, Kikuchi 4, Manoah 5. It's fucking not even a discussion.
It's nuts. Like, he's legitimately the worst starter on the team right now. Right now. I would just like to point that out too. There's a strong chance that Alek Manoah can figure it out and be even close to what he was last year, because this is a guy that knows how to pitch. It's just there's
you know who else knows how to pitch? There's a nice beautiful rancher. Pretty sure he's from Texas.
We're not doing him. We're not. No.
A little bit of postseason pedigree. Might not look bad in the Toronto Blues. Just saying.
I'm pretty sure his numbers were worse than Manoah this year.
They probably were.
He had statistically the worst numbers in the majors in the short bit of time that he was up so far. I have faith in Alek Manoah.
Guys, it gets worse.
Oh, it gets worse?
Alek Manoah has failed to go 5 innings in 5 of his 9 starts this year. Yusei Kikuchi only failed to go 5 innings in 4 of his first 9 starts last season.
He's a dog.
Manoah's walked through 9 starts, 32. Kikuchi last year, 24.
We're talking about someone who was legitimately worse than last year's version of Yusei Kikuchi, which people harped on for the entire year. But it's Alek Manoah.
And the guy who we were expecting to be our ace.
Yeah. The Cy Young finalist.
Do you want me to? I can just nail.
That's the biggest part.
I can just hammer home how shit he's been. Alek Manoah among the 74 qualified starters in 2023. 5.4.
I'm impressed he's qualified.
Yeah, this is just I think purely based on innings. He is 68th
I'm
in
impressed
ERA.
He's qualified.
68 out of 74.
Ooh, in ERA. What is the qualifications?
I think it's just
usually 5 innings per start.
It's just the amount of innings per team game played or something like that for each pitcher.
It usually
out of 74. It's out of 74 started. He 73rd in FIP.
If the qualifications,
the guys behind him are?
Do you have the guys behind him?
I just have the stat pulled up.
If the qualification is 5 innings per start, he is literally right on qualification. He has 45 innings in 9 starts.
I think it works out to an inning a game or something rough.
Okay.
I might be wrong there.
Yeah. He's got 45 innings pitch.
I hate that I'm looking at this off of a Yankee page when it's correct, honestly.
His
1.4 K to walk percentage is last among those starters too at 1.4. Yikes. And also, again, at the Yankees page that I'm reading this off of, heaviest pitcher among the qualified.
Big dude. He's 6'7" or whatever he is.
Big dude.
That's fine. We're talking about a guy that went 3rd in franchise history for consecutive starts with 5+ innings pitched. Blew the streak in his first start this year, and I think has gone 5 twice since.
He also has the highest WHIP. It's 1.8.
So what do we do?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
This was brought up a lot at the start of the year by mostly non-Jays fans, and Jays fans didn't want any part of it.
No,
but
we gotta potentially. You're right. I know where you're
going.
Do
we think his fitness and the pitch clock is a thing? Is it an issue?
I don't think it's the fitness side of it.
I think it's the pitch. Alek was already one of the slowest workers last year.
Yeah.
And
he's in shape. It's not like he's an out of shape dude, but he does work slow.
No.
He's a taller
big dude, and
in my head.
When you're that big, it takes a lot of energy to exert the force he's getting out of his body.
Yeah. I don't want to say it's probably right, but I don't know what else. I don't know what else to look at right now.
The only thing that seems different from last year to this year is the pitch clock.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're looking at the pitch clock, then that kind of seems like it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, he didn't change any of his repertoire. It's all the same. He has the same catcher behind the plate. It's all pretty much the whole coaching staff's the same. Everything is the same as it was last year, except for the pitch clock, and it's just
I mean, Alek. If we're being honest, Alek wasn't great in the back half of the year. So was Charlie Montoyo the Alek Manoah whisper?
Maybe. Maybe.
Well, they keep saying he has great side sessions. You know what's different about a side session in a game?
Pressure
doesn't matter.
You don't have a pitch clock on you.
Not something you put in your tires.
True. Yeah, I don't know, man.
It hurts.
I don't know how you fix that. There's no easy fix. Even if you're one of the Blue Jays coaches right now, there is no easy fix to Alek Manoah. It's something that's going to be a problem for a little bit until they can find some way to get him over this. I think he has all the power in the world to do it. We've seen it. He was a Cy Young finalist literally last season.
Does Alek Manoah have a quality start other than that Yankee start?
No, that is it.
I don't think so.
Like,
I don't think he's given up 3.
I don't
other to start.
I don't think I didn't think I'd be saying this at any point this year or probably ever in his career, but I think he needs to go AAA and figure some things out.
Yep.
And that's crazy to say.
If the Jays had a quality starter that was sitting in AAA right now, Alek Manoah would already be down.
oh yeah,
There's just nobody to bring up.
Or at least that starter would be up at minimum.
I think he'd be straight up down. There's no one down there that right now that you're like, yeah, let's bring up Drew Hutchison. Like, it's not really an option.
I forgot he was a thing.
I think you're not getting the upgrade. You're probably getting the same production.
Yeah.
But I think if you look at it,
you don't feel as bad about it.
But no, obviously. But if you look at the net result, if you're putting Manoah in AAA, you're hoping he's working through this, and he clearly has shown so far this year he can't work through in the majors.
He has 2 quality starts, Connor.
Who was the other one?
Kansas City.
Oh God, that didn't even feel like a quality start.
Yeah, he went out.
He walked like 6 dudes.
He went 7 innings, gave up 1 hit, 4 walks, didn't give up a run.
Yeah. Okay, well, it was the Royals. I'm not fucking.
And then he went 3 runs, 7 runs. Yankees start 2 through 5. 5, only 2 earned. 3, 5 in terms of runs.
Okay, well,
not good.
I think this maybe segues perfectly into another topic that I did have to bring up.
Okay.
So Kean Matheson reported that Chad Green and Hyunjin Ryu are both throwing bullpens in Dunedin right now. And next month they could be facing hitters and be in games. So
I don't think you can test this for another month with Alek Manoah though.
No, you can't, but it's like,
but you can test others.
Why is it a month between bullpens and facing live hitters? That seems odd.
I think like more so be in games in the next month.
Okay.
Like
that makes more sense.
I think like Ross Atkins said this, but I think like facing hitters and be in games was like same thing, one and the same.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
Walker Buehler just started throwing bullpens the other day, and he's still not like supposed to return until the end of the year. So I don't know why the gap is so huge. Like, if you could throw a bullpen,
that seems like a really big gap.
Yeah, I don't think you should be that far away from facing him.
I also think that the Dodgers and the Blue Jays are in 2 completely separate situations.
Sure.
The Dodgers could fucking coast and make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You're right. Like,
yes, and I guess that division sucks right now.
Unlike us, like we said this before, unlike us, the Dodgers have like 3 or 4 prospects that could easily pitch for them right now. Like, so they don't need Buehler's. Obviously, they want Walker Buehler back. But Buehler's not like, you need him today.
Well, the thing with Ryu too is like, I don't think you need that many minor league appearances. Like, he's gonna be what he's gonna be. Like, just he needs to get a couple of live appearances, and then you're good to go.
Yeah,
I don't even care about the velocity. How's the control? Are you hitting the edges? Like, are you?
He's not a velocity guy. That doesn't matter anyways.
No, he's never been a velocity. I just placement.
He's the perfect guy to get through a rehab fairly quickly.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even bring him to AAA. Just toss him down in single A, let him work out in the
just come up
toss him to low A, let him work out in the
in
the Dunedin complex and everything. Nice weather, and just bring him out. Like,
somewhere where you can kind of control things a little better too, because they have a really nice complex there.
And in saying that, I think we see Ryu before Chad Green. I think we see Chad Green actually, no, because Chad Green's a bullpen guy. You could manage that a lot easier.
Chad Green can get his rehab appearances in a lot quicker than Ryu can, because Ryu needs the 5 days.
Mm-hmm. So
Chad Green, you throw in a couple times.
Could be up about the same time together. Like, damn, that's like a month. That's at least like a month.
I don't know if you can continue to experiment with Alek Manoah this season until Hyunjin Ryu is ready.
Flashback a year. We were having these same conversations about Jose Barrios. It's fucking weird, dude.
Yep.
Flashback 2 years.
Flashback 2 years. We're having these conversations about Hyunjin Ryu.
Now we're talking about Ryu trying to come up and replace
Alek
Manoah. We've come full circle.
Do we have an ace curse?
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about this.
If Kevin Gausman is shit
Do
next
not
year,
let Kevin Gausman be the ace next year. Let him be number 2 again.
opening day starter is Yusei Kikuchi next year.
Am I wrong? Did Manoah not come up to replace Ryu?
No.
No, Ryu wasn't injured in May of 21.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Who went down?
At that point we had
Was it
What even
Roark?
was our
I think
rotation?
Roark got DFA'd.
Yeah,
Okay.
Roark got DFA'd. We were cycling through.
We still had good
cycling
mats.
through random guys
Right.
spots starting, and then
Thomas Hatch, Tommy Malone.
Right. Tommy Malone got hurt too. That was
that era of that.
Tommy Malone was actually pretty good there.
I'm saying that that
double
era,
T guy that we don't like.
The brain loves. He was
My
getting
dog.
innings.
My dog, Trent Thornton.
Just on a side note,
that's no one's dog.
That Toronto Blue Jays Dunedin era
Dog should be put
is
down.
a fever dream. Like,
No, come on now.
I mean,
he had the rookie lead in
is,
strikeouts in his first year.
I mean, he is put down. He's in AAA.
He's coming. You know he's coming.
That's
back
too
up
high.
he's coming back up when Manoah goes down.
Here's the crazy thing:
that's too high.
He was brought up before. He wasn't brought up before Thomas Hatch. Actually, shocks me.
Yeah,
I was fully
honestly though. I am a little surprised because they both aren't great.
Here's the thing:
either.
we can't even say that the Fernandezes haven't been good either.
No, none of them have been great.
Yo, we have our AAA team is so
okay, but Jay Jackson wasn't great in the minors,
minors,
and he came up and was fine, other than the 700-foot homer that he gave up to Judge.
Yeah, well, Aaron Judge. I can't believe Aaron Judge leads the league in flight deck homers this year, and he's been here for 2 days.
2 in this series so far, didn't he?
2 in 2 days.
He hit like the 3rd deck of the flight deck. It was insane.
He hit the leaf.
Yeah, insane, man.
I love it. We didn't even.
that guy.
Did we?
We didn't talk about it. No, we'll get to it when we get to the end.
There's so many things to talk about.
Because Manoah bad. I think that's kind of where we're at here. He can be fixed. He might get fixed over the next little bit here. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Bo Bichette. Starters, completely separate to what I'm about to say, but I feel like somehow I've become a Bo Bichette defender, which is very strange.
You have very fast.
Very strange, because last year I was like super neutral on Bo Bichette, but now
I think
I'm like
your level of like
you're
defender
a Bo stan.
has shifted completely from Cav to Bo. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really tough to defend Cav these days, so I just gotta take my defense somewhere.
Like
I'm still gonna defend Cav a little bit. It's fine.
I think I've transferred some of that energy to Jimmy, like Jimmy defender.
I don't mind defending Jimmy. I'm just full on defending Bo Bichette, and I don't know why.
We can talk about Jimmy some other day, but Nate does not like Jimmy.
No.
Nate has minor heart attacks.
Somehow I am.
Jimmy can pitch in the 5th inning. When we're down by 10.
I have placed myself amongst the teenage girls in terms of Bo Bichette fandom. I don't know what happened, but Bo Bichette, dog. On that note,
you're jealous of the hair.
Maybe that's what it is. I'm like, you know what? I would love to have the Bo Bichette hair. Anyways, Bo Bichette on Mother's Day, which also happened to be the
Sunday.
Day after the WNBA visited Toronto for the first time in history. Sold out. Crazy. Incredible stuff. Bo Bichette changed his walk-up song to Players by Coi Leray. And I don't know if you know the lyrics to that song, but the whole chorus is girls is players too.
Okay, that's the song
which
I'm
like
thinking of in my head.
Yeah, super cool. Given I think he did it for the WNBA stuff, is what I heard. But super cool to be push that. I don't know. I thought that was neat from Bo Bichette, just something play into it on, especially that coupled with Mother's Day and just women can play too. I'm like, that's super cool. And then changed it right back the next day. So I'm like, obviously it was for that. Just thought that was neat. I wanted to bring that up. I also wanted to bring up
Grant's least favorite walk-up song. We went back to it.
Yeah, I know. It's just that's a tough goal. I can't defend him for that one.
That
is the one Bo Bichette thing that I cannot defend this year.
I like the song itself. It's a great song.
Maybe
you just have never actually listened to it.
No, it might be a good song, but as a walk-up song, not a fan. Also in the game that I went to on that Sunday, I just wanted to talk about this kid that was sitting behind me.
Did you go with your mom?
No, I went with Robbie and his girlfriend. I took
You fucking third wheeled
People
on
with
Mother's
us.
Day?
Yeah, it was great. I got a bobblehead out of it. We had a good
what
time. Whatever. I don't care.
Wait, there's a bobblehead that day?
Yeah, it was an Alek
Yeah,
Manoah.
Manoah.
It's this. I have it right here. Actually, it's the John Schneider bobblehead because it does not look like Alek Manoah.
This is a Jesus.
See that
It really
thing?
does look like Snyder.
It looks like John Schneider.
Strong side note. I'm blaming my sister. Just side note, just small rant here. I would have had that Jansen and Ronald bobblehead because I was supposed to go that day, but my sister couldn't because she had pitching. She's a pitching coach, so fucking couldn't get that bobblehead.
I got that one.
I went the next day, so then I got to watch Mike Clevenger do his fucking happy feet. Jano hit 2 bombs, so like
take it.
But yeah, Mother's Day.
Yes, there was a
third
kid behind me on Mother's Day, maybe 10 years old, maybe. It was kind of a funny experience because this kid has yet to learn when to chirp and when not to chirp at baseball games. For starters, in the Jays opening lineup thing where they were announced like the starting lineup, Jansen comes up and he goes, "Jansen sucks." And I'm like, I'm sitting in front of him in my Danny Jansen jersey. And I'm like, okay, kid. I don't know if you remember, but that happened to be the day that Danny Jansen hit the walk-off.
Yeah.
So I'm like, thanks,
also,
kid.
The same day that everyone on Twitter is like, why aren't you pinch hitting?
Right. Also, every single time that Ozzy Albies came up or did anything, the kid would start chanting overrated. For starters, you can't be overrated if you're Ozzy Albies. He makes like $12.
I think he might be the most underrated person on that team.
Yeah. There's a 0% chance you can call Ozzy Albies underrated
people in baseball.
He's a top. I think he's a top 5 second baseman in baseball,
and he makes like minimum wage.
He makes 3.5. He makes like $5 million for the next 5 years.
He makes minimum wage to play baseball. It's ridiculous.
Alex Anthopoulos has pictures on his computer somewhere of I don't know what it is.
Atlanta Brave not named Austin Riley.
I want to know what beef he has there. It's incredible.
And Freddie Freeman.
Yeah. So he comes up to the plate for I think it was his second at bat. And the kid starts chanting overrated. I'm like, you're an idiot. Full count, hits a tank, puts them in the lead. I'm like, way to go, kid. Back to my Bo Bichette defense. This kid and his dad now both chime in on Bo Bichette. And they're like, you just can't play short because Bo made a throw that Vlad kind of jumped at and made a weird tag. It was ugly. Wasn't a great throw from Bo. It's fine. It happens. Made a throw and they're both chirping on Bo about how he can't be a shortstop and he's just not built to be a short. The defense side of things.
The defense in that series in general from both teams was fucking terrible.
They said you got to replace him with Santiago Espinal. Do you know how many errors Santiago Espinal has this year, Connor?
He's like 6, doesn't he?
I think he's got 4.
He's the same amount of
last I checked.
Let me just in like half the innings.
If you're doing that, where's my guy Bo Bichette going?
Apparently to 2, I think is where the dad wanted him.
So is Whit Merrifield playing short?
Going?
I don't know.
Is Whit playing
I
short?
genuinely don't know. They did not think this through, I don't think. I was listening to them try and rationalize moving Bo Bichette to second base, and it made no sense.
2 questions, completely not related to the game. Yep. This kid and his dad. Where's the mother there?
No, dad and 2 kids. The other kid was great. Didn't say a thing the whole game. Shout out to that kid.
Small pet peeve of mine. It's Mother's Day.
No, I get it.
With the mother.
No, I get it because I had this conversation with a couple of the J-Force people, and they said we haven't seen a ton of mothers here today. And I'm like, yeah, it's because the mom said, "Here, take the kids and get the hell out of my house so I can have a nice, relaxing Mother's Day."
Okay, fair enough.
So I kind of get that one. I think it's both sides of the coin. It's either your mom loves baseball and wants to go see a baseball game with the kids for Mother's Day, or she's like, get the hell out of my house. I would like an empty house for Mother's Day. I would like to relax. Or someone else is like, yeah, you get them a spa day or something, and then you go to the game and just let her have her day. Like, okay, that makes sense.
Talk me out.
Yeah,
good job.
that was kind of.
Shout out to all the moms.
I had a couple people bring that up. I'm like, that makes sense. So yeah, I was trying to pull up the. Where is it? Standard field. He has 4 errors. Yep, 4 errors in 21 games. No, that's not.
He hasn't played. He's played like half the amount of games Bo's played.
Yeah,
like.
Yep. Not good.
While we're on Mother's Day,
I don't know.
there was something that happened in Boston. I don't know if we want to talk about this later or
I don't
now.
know what happened. Oh, was this the Japan's greatest export?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, bring that up.
So
I don't know what's happening.
Tristan Cassis is mic'd up at first base during the game.
No, I heard about this.
And apparently his mother passed away when he was pretty young. So mid-play, the announcer says something to the effect of, Tristan, how big of a deal is it to be playing on Mother's Day? How big of a deal is Mother's Day to you and your brother after your mom passed away when you were 10 years old?
Mid-play.
A fucking in-game interview.
This is not a question you ask someone
during
at any
period.
No, that's not a question at any point. If you don't ask that after a game, that's not your business as a reporter.
If Cassis brings it up, that's a completely different thing.
Yeah, if you're talking about,
but mid-game,
I don't even know where that would help. Mid-game,
I was listening to Baseball is Dead, and Carabas said when Cassis was called up, this everyone knew that this had happened, whatever had happened to his mother, and they were told, do not bring this up at any point. He does not want to talk about it.
It's I didn't actually get to listen to did he respond?
Oh yeah. He was really professional about it. I got a lot of respect for it. But
okay, all right.
He said something to the effect of, yeah, it means a lot. Even though my mother's not here, I have a lot of mother figures in my life who don't all share the same last name as me, but I still consider mothers essentially.
What also makes that worse is I think literally that same day pregame, Eduardo Perez was talking to Lars Newbar about Mother's Day and stuff, and then he was showing up a slideshow, and then after a while it faded into Lars's mom live, and he just starts crying.
I saw that video.
It's wholesome as shit. Jeez. And then 2 hours later you get Carl Rabich asking about Tristan Cassis' mother who's passed away.
I didn't think I'd have to have this exact same conversation twice in a week. But there are so many fucking people that can do this job, and we continue to let people like that do this job. That's just that should not come to your head at any point in time as a question you should ask someone in the middle of a game.
Yeah, guarantee. And also, it's not like he, like Nate said, he's been fucking probably briefed on this.
Yes.
Question though, that was the Sunday night baseball cast or whatever they're
that was
doing.
The main.
So that's
not the Boston guys.
not
the
national TV guys.
Okay, that's what I thought. But that is still what
you still gotta know as a human being
that to do. Hey, happy mother! I'm not gonna even go to someone I'm friends with and be like, "Hey, happy Mother's Day." What does it mean to you, to you and your family since your mom passed away to have Mother's Day?
Oh, what's Mother's Day like for you without a mother? That's just fucking brutal, man. Brutal.
That's basically being today would have been your mom's birthday. How you feeling?
Yeah. No, exactly. It's the same shit.
Pretty much it's the exact same thing.
That's all right.
Yeah. We got to go back to the Brave series because I can sit here and chirp that dude all day, but that's just dumb. And thank you, Nate, for bringing that up. In that Braves game, the Jays fans gave a standing ovation to someone.
And it wasn't a Blue Jay.
It was not a Blue Jay. Nate, did you see it?
No, but I heard about it.
Okay, I was going to see if you could guess who the goddamn player was.
And I know who it was.
Why are we giving standing ovations to guys that were super mid? I like Kevin Pillar. I think he was an interesting player when he was here, and he tried hard a lot.
Terrible defender. Couldn't walk.
He tried really hard.
He didn't do anything fundamentally right.
No, but he tried really hard.
You know what's crazy?
He tried really hard to make easy plays look hard.
Yeah,
that's what he tried hard to do.
The crazy thing is, Blue Jays fans, you standing owed Kevin Pillar.
Yeah,
when we literally have the better Kevin Pillar in center field.
Yeah. He was not even the best Kevin to play center field for this fucking team, and we're giving him a standing ovation.
Literally, you know what? Blue Jays fans think Kevin Pillar is what Kevin Kiermaier is. Fucking not even close.
Yes.
Like,
thank you. The amount of times I watched Kevin Pillar make he'd pick up a ball and make a throw off his wrong foot and two hop it to second base. Whereas Kevin Kiermaier is sprinting to the gap, spinning, he
does a Jeter
and throwing literally, and he's throwing a dart to second base.
Those plays where Kevin Pillar would just go full tilt, lay out, make a catch, and it's great. Then you look at the StatCast numbers, and it was a 72% catch probability. It's just you had to lay out for that. I don't want to knock Kevin Pillar too much because he was from a good era. And people hate when you do that. But Kevin Pillar is not someone that should get a standing ovation.
I'm now sympathizing with the people that gave Teoscar a standing ovation because at least that makes way more sense than this.
He won an award.
Is this the first time he's been back?
No,
there's no way, right?
His last year was 19 with the Jays. He's been back in 4 years. He's had to have.
I don't know.
Where did he go?
He was here for way too long.
He went to San Fran, and then I think he went to the Mets.
I think he was in LA at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah. But
and then he's
there's zero. I'm sorry.
There's just zero reason.
Random question: did we standing on Marcus Stroman last year? Frank, we were at that game.
Yeah, no, they absolutely did.
Okay, but it's
at least Stroman
was fucking.
He was the ace of that staff.
Stroman was a dog for years.
Yeah, so that's fine. I'm a little. He hit a homer. Did Kevin Pillar in that game?
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't quite the standing ovation that Teo got for his homer, but there was a handful of people that were clapping for it, and I'm like, that's just wrong. It's all out wrong. Stop giving standing ovations to people that do not matter anymore.
Grant, they're just fulfilling the stereotype of Canadians.
Oh, I don't care. We got to stop that. We got to learn to be way meaner than we are. It's fucking ridiculous. We're way too nice.
Yeah.
It's awful. The Yankee series. Yesterday's game. It was, I don't know who started that game.
Yesterday's game for the Blue Jays or us?
No, for them.
It was Jimmy Cordero, and then it went into.
We're both, Connor. We are the Blue Jays and us.
The Blue Jays and us. Unless you have also left for the Yankees fandom.
Well, guys. As a matter of fact, no, I'm kidding.
You better not. I would boot you from the call.
I think it was Jimmy. Yeah, it was Jimmy Cordero, which then led into Johnny Brito.
Okay, right.
And then for us, we had
somehow that tandem of pitchers shut us down. And as we already mentioned, Alek Manoah didn't look good. The game itself, it stunk.
It stunk until it didn't.
The only thing that mattered yesterday was the Aaron Judge situation that somehow we put off until now.
Yeah, because we're good at our jobs.
Aaron Judge, let's just get this out there now. Aaron Judge was definitely quote unquote cheating. But it's one of those
quotes.
It's not that bullshit quote that he had after the game where he said, "Oh, I was looking to see what the bench was doing because it was 6-0." But no, very clearly looking for something. However, I don't care because it's not like the Astros situation where you're using technology to cheat or something like that. It was the most genuine baseball cheating you could have done. There's nothing wrong with what Aaron Judge did.
Yeah, and also to that same effect, Yankees fans, it's okay that our commentators pointed it out because it looked fucking weird.
It was dicey.
It
was dicey. On the other side,
this is on the Jays. It's 100% on the Jays.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, whoever they're picking it up off of, this is our own fault.
Yeah.
I applaud you if you can pick up signs and you can pick up pitches or locations. Do it.
I'm gonna make a strong assumption
that's on
Kirk
or whoever.
Yeah. And then they came out saying that something to do with
there's other ways you can pick it up. You can pick it up from the way the infielders move and stuff like that, obviously, but it's logically on the catcher. They also said it could be sorry, Connor.
No,
They
you're
also
good.
said the transmitter and belts cap or something like that could have been cranked up.
Play into the thing.
The microphone.
Like
Yeah.
there's people, and some people are
Speaker.
like, "Oh, he's just looking for the pitch clock." The pitch clock. There's a pitch clock in center field for the hitters.
Yeah,
Like,
you can look up.
And
He
like,
was looking for something with the coaches. Like, let's
and
establish
also-
that.
Or a player. It could
Or anyone.
It could have been anything.
Yes.
He was
And then-
looking
yeah.
for something.
Yeah.
And
Fire away, Connor.
all the power to you.
It also just like fucking pisses me off that it's like, just because Alek Manoah has a really good job against Aaron Judge and his slider doesn't mean that every person that has a slider needs to only throw a fucking slider to Aaron Judge. Holy shit.
Bottom line, Aaron Judge hit
Jackson-
that ball 3 miles because Jay Jackson threw a terrible pitch.
He also threw 5 straight sliders before that.
I didn't
And threw
notice
another
that.
slider. Like,
Bottom line here, Aaron Judge definitely cheating. We can establish that. We all accept that. However, it doesn't mean a fucking thing. It's on us more than it is on them.
yeah. And
Now,
it also,
it's not.
yeah, it's just
Sorry.
also completely funny that the Yankees, who in the right, they cheated the right way, if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah,
They
fair
had the
cheating.
upper hand in the entire thing until the start of the 4th inning today.
Yeah.
Till the 4th inning today.
The optics of
Yeah.
saying you're not cheating
Yeah, that's a
then
tough one.
to turn
Mhm.
around and have Domingo Herman get booted for what he
For
got booted
cheating?
for is really funny. I
Like-
do like that. On the other
I was-
side of that, go ahead. Sorry.
I just want to say on yesterday, I don't even consider that cheating. I think that's gamesmanship.
no,
me neither.
That's part of the game within the game. Having like we've all played baseball
Yeah.
before. If you can pick up those things,
Do it.
like even the smallest things. Why wouldn't you? And relate
Exactly.
to guys.
No, I'm 100% here for it. I don't have an issue with it. However, traditionally, like I'm not a baseball traditionalist by any means. I probably would have thrown one at Judge if I'm the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, and that's why Jay Jackson wasn't up, because they would have brought Jay Jackson in just for that.
Right.
Like,
Because I know Caleb Joseph and Buck Martinez both said the same thing, and I kind of agree a little bit. I'm like, yeah, you can do that, but I'm going to be pissed off about it, and I'm going to do something about it in a meaningless time. Also, the time when Judge hit his homer would have been a perfect time to do it, but it is what it is. I'm a little surprised. All that really came out of that was Aaron Boone and John Schneider yipping back and forth about where the coaches were standing.
Pete Walker and the third base coach of the Yankees today were getting at it with each other.
Yeah.
Like,
It seems to have affected the coaches more than the players, which is kind of hilarious. I always forget how much I dislike Aaron Boone until we.
Aaron
play the
Boone's
Yankees.
got top 5 punchable face as a manager.
Oh my god! Dude.
Definitely in top 5.
Oh,
Like-
easily. It's top 2, and he's not 2.
Can I name 4 others? Probably not.
No, he's top 2, and he's not 2. And everything he does just pisses me off. Even the way he asked for the review today, when Whit Merrifield got thrown out at first.
Mhm.
He just threw his arms up fuck, and he put the
Also,
thing
he got
just
ejected
brutal.
when they were up 6-0.
6-0. What are you doing? I can't stand that guy.
And then they made a lot of noise in the dugout. And Judge was like, "You gotta be quiet."
That's why he had to look over.
I,
Yeah.
I can't hear myself.
Yeah.
Think the hit.
No.
Can't hear myself flight deck a ball. Like,
Everything about that team is just so ridiculous. I just hate losing to them, man.
genuinely, like, I think the least and most amount of games at the same time, it's weird. The least and most amount of games I watch is when we play the Yankees. Because I pay attention to Twitter the most and I watch the least amount of the game.
Oh, okay.
Because, like,
Twitter's a shitstorm when we play the Yankees.
dude, it's 4 days of hell. like-
fuck. Brutal. I hear more fat jokes when we play the Yankees than I do any other team in baseball.
Well, at least we're not going to see them
Never
again
happens.
till fucking mid-September,
When it's
which
Rays
is-
Yankees, yeah.
which could be like the division.
Yep.
Like,
Or the playoffs.
or
and,
the
yeah,
playoffs.
I'm not looking forward to it. Late in that game, Vladdy did something to his leg. I don't know if we have
I-
updates on it.
I
but-
can-
That was tonight's
He-
game, was it not?
Yeah.
I can
He
do the Twitter
came
stuff
up
real quick.
limping a little bit on a really weird, ground ball to first base.
Ah, shit.
No, bunt that went up and
Yeah, I was listening to it. They said it was a bunt.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
a bunt that got popped up and he kind of ran in at it and clearly hurt his leg.
So as of right now, it is said that he has right knee discomfort and is going for an MRI as of an hour ago. Why does that kind of sounds like his spring training one?
Oh yeah,
I think wasn't the spring training a knee too? That took him out of the WBC.
Huh. Why am I thinking groin?
No, I think it was knee.
Was it?
Right. It was something to do with he was running like in spring training, if I remember correctly, and then something happened.
Yeah,
that was weird.
Because that's what they were worried about going into.
Yeah, he missed the WBC because of a knee injury. So I think it's the same knee.
Does this really concern you yet? I don't know. I mean,
I still think there's like an 80% chance he plays tomorrow.
I think he could DH for a bit.
He DHs tomorrow, I think.
I think with the way Belt's hitting, you could just throw him at the DH spot and have Belt play first base. I don't think it's a loss at all.
I've seen a distinct lack of Brandon Belt shit talk the last week.
Yes. However, on the other side of the left-handed bats, there has been a lot on Cavan Biggio. I'm not going to.
Why do we talk about him every 3 days?
I'm not going to sit here and defend Cavan Biggio because he has been bad. I'm just kind of want to throw blame elsewhere onto Santiago Espinal, who has been equally as terrible.
He's been equally as shit.
But he's been terrible offensively and defensively, and he was the guy that grounded out into a double play to end the game tonight. At least Cavan Biggio hit 100 miles an hour. Just didn't go where you needed it to go. If we're going to make a move or send anyone down, it's going to start with Alek Manoah, and then I think it
go
should
to those two.
Go to Espinal before it goes to Cav.
I think you move both of them.
They both stink right now, but there's no option for either of them.
I think you move them somewhere else and pick up another guy who can play short and third.
I don't love trading them at their valley. Not huge.
I'm just saying I'm fully prepared.
They're both like 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fully prepared for Cav to be like.
I'm not
and hits like
entirely serious about trading them, but you got to bring someone in.
I would love to say honestly, send them both down.
At this point, I wouldn't hate Didi if he's still a free agent.
Yeah. I'd love to say send them both down so we can bring somebody up, but apparently Barger's hurt. Otto's not hitting. That's pretty much it in terms of depth in the middle infield.
Elvis. Nothing.
Elvis is hitting 128. Hit 2 home runs today to raise his average to 128. Leads the Double-A in homers. 2 home runs.
Probably has the lowest qualified average.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude. There's just no other option other than Cavan Biggio and Santiago Espinal right now, and you just got to accept that they both stink. It is what it is. You're going to try them both, and you're going to hope one of them can get out of this funk, and if they don't, maybe you make a move at the deadline. But as of right now, you're going to keep trotting them both out there and hoping to God that it works.
Your backup second baseman / utility infielder / whatever the fuck you want to consider the two of them is not making or breaking your season.
No, God, no.
My jaw dropped because I looked up Aurelvis Martinez's BABIP.
Oh, it's nuts.
It's .079.
Really? That's pretty bad. So maybe he'll raise that average to 220.
You would think that's gotta progress, right?
Oh, for sure.
His career high in BABIP was 333 in A-ball in 2021. Yeah. Then it is proceeded to go to 197 in A+, 217 last year in AA, and now under 100 this year. So
nuts. Yay. Yeah. Do we have anything else from these last few games that we want to talk about before we move on? I don't think so, right? I think we're good. I think we covered it all. I fucking hope we get some wins against the Yankees this next game.
Tomorrow's Cole against Bassett, so
big dog against a guy that got lit up last game. So here we go.
And then it's Nestor the Molester.
Yeah. Who was it that called him that on the broadcast?
I don't remember.
Excuse me? When I remember this, but I'm trying to
I don't know. I remember hearing it. I don't remember actually where it came from, but I knew somebody said that.
Yeah. I have no way to transition that cleanly. The Reds have new jerseys. The City Connects. They're so nice.
They're
so nice.
They're so nice.
We don't really have to talk about it all that much because we don't have complaints.
Beautiful.
So now I'm confused because this is kind of the impression of what I thought was happening with Baltimore.
Yeah. Oh, Cincinnati.
So now I'm all in on the orange pants. Like that's the only way that jersey makes sense.
Oh, that would be the only good thing the Baltimore Orioles have ever done if they bring in orange pants.
Is the deal?
I really hope they do.
Can we all collectively make a deal here? If the Baltimore Orioles they sweep the Toronto Blue Jays, we all need to buy one of those jerseys.
No, we need to buy orange pants.
You need to buy orange pants, dude.
That's way more fun.
We need the full uniform at a Riot
with the orange pants,
with
black
orange
jersey.
Pants.
Yeah.
Like
I'm in.
Dude. I'm in.
Jays need to do the same. Let's go. Blue jerseys,
blue pants?
Red pants.
I told you they're gonna do what Cuba did.
Blue pants, red jerseys,
white hat,
white hats. Ooh, that's
T-Bird logo.
I wouldn't mind the T-Bird logo coming back.
I want the buff J.
Yeah, that's the T-Bird one. The one where
with the
T
J.
with the.
And he's like,
yeah.
I want that back for our City Connect.
Yeah, I thought you meant
No, not the other. Not the one in the black jerseys.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you meant.
Or there's the T, but that wasn't a bird. No, yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Okay. Well, good job, Cincinnati.
A couple of bird teams to another bird team. Apparently Wilson Contreras is going back to catching again.
I said this last podcast.
Caught yesterday. Oh,
it lasted like a day.
Jack Flaherty went 7 shutout innings. Like
with Contreras catching?
With Contreras catching.
Wasn't he one of the guys that wanted him not catching?
Yes. The guy.
It's okay, Connor. You don't know pitching. You don't know fastball.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
He knows. He can be effective at 92.
Also, the Cardinals have just kind of been winning recently.
They're still dead last in the majors.
I think they won
dead last in the NL.
I think they won 6 out of 7 when Wilson Contreras wasn't catching. That. And then they won yesterday.
Can they climb their way to this hole?
God no. That hole is a deep hole right now, dude.
I mean,
but that division sucks.
We can also. There's a great segue to something that
I don't know how many games back there, but that division is not good.
It was really bad.
This is something that I could perfectly segue into that I didn't have on the sheet.
Mm-hmm.
On Twitter, someone pulled up the strength of schedule so far this year. I have the top 5 easiest and the top 5 hardest. So I guess we could just be like, do you think these, based on their schedules, do you think it's kind of legit where they are, or it's because they're shit?
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you want to start with hardest schedule or easy?
Give me hardest.
Okay. At number 5 is the Detroit Tigers.
And they're doing well.
They're like 2 games under 500.
5 is
they're only 3 games back.
5 is like 5th. No,
fifth
number
hardest.
1 is hardest.
Okay.
So I'm building up to it.
Yeah, they're looking good.
Yeah,
they've had a hot run lately.
Yeah.
They're only 3 games back in the division, which is insane.
That division also sucks.
The AL Central.
Yeah.
Let's see. In 4th place, the Chicago White Sox.
No, they just suck.
They just suck.
Fucking dick smack the Guardians tonight.
Are you proud of that?
Sugar, baby.
Are you proud of
Gavin Sheets and Jake Berger? Sugar.
They also
the Guardians have a worse record than the Tigers.
You know who else has a worse record than the Tigers?
The White Sox.
Yeah.
3rd hardest schedule so far is the San Diego Padres.
They've shown it.
I don't understand that team.
Nope. They should be way better.
Their pitching has been terrible. Musgrove, since coming off,
I think LA could just cruise to that division at this point.
Oh, Snell.
They're 3 games up on Arizona, and I don't expect Arizona to continue to be that good.
They're 4, and Arizona's 4 games ahead of
San Diego? 4 up on San Diego. San Diego's 2 games.
7
back.
7 games right now.
7
back. You're not catching Dodgers, 7 on the Dodgers. I think Dodgers, this is not a great Dodgers team. This, I wouldn't.
But they're good enough to do it.
Dodgers team gets bounced in the first round, but
not when they pick up Shohei midseason though.
Yeah, he's not getting traded midseason.
We all you got Trace Thompson as a story on the Dodgers. I was watching that game last night. Do you know the last time Trace Thompson had a hit was my birthday.
Jesus.
April 17th.
Jesus.
Like
we had that
month.
one like 3-homer game on like day 2, and then I don't think he's had one since.
He's had
a
like a
month and 18 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 6.
Jesus.
It's like a 618 OPS. Number 2 just validates my entire point. The Boston Red Sox. I've had the second hardest schedule.
Yeah, but they're last.
Honestly, Boston looks a lot better than I think a lot of people give him credit for, and I don't know how they're doing that with that rotation.
Genuinely, I think if they trade for like a Giolito,
there's a guy
scary.
There's a guy.
They're still the 5th best team in the East, guys.
No,
there's a guy in the Central that they know pretty well.
Who is in the Central?
On the Tigers.
Oh shit! If they get back Eduardo,
he's an ace this year.
That man's an ace.
Well, why would the Tigers trade away when they're going to be competing for the
side note? 2 of the top 3 ERAs this year are Nathan Eovaldi and Eduardo Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's insane. I would like to reiterate, who's worse than Boston in the AL East?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Connor.
Because it's not the Orioles. It's not us. Don't kid yourself. It might be the Yankees, but I don't think so after watching what they've done to us for 2 games.
Do I think the Red Sox are going to finish 5th place? Maybe.
Yes.
It's not going to be a bad 5th place.
No, I could see every team in this division being in the wild card.
Oh no,
over 500
I'm with you
in the wild card hunt down the run.
Yeah,
it's just gonna fucking. And I guess we could just say this right now, and it's gonna piss me off because we're the hardest. The team is that hard. The hardest schedule.
Who gets you the hardest?
It's the New York Yankees.
They also just suck.
Yeah, they also kind of did just suck for a good bit.
Oh yeah, I know. I was just about to say that, but
and then. Here is the top 5 easiest schedule so far. Number 5, the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, they're
rest in peace to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
They're coming back down to earth, bro.
They're 22-20 now. They're not even leading the division anymore.
Number 4, the 30 whatever and something Tampa Bay Rays.
That does not surprise me in this.
They're legit, but it has been an easy schedule so far.
Yeah, like
they're gonna regress, but they're out to so much of a lead. Like I don't know.
They're just guaranteed a playoff spot. At this
Number 3, the Minnesota Twins.
That checks out.
I don't know how I feel about them either.
Dude. Every day I go on checking the schedules, and if you like if you only show the East and the Central, they're in order of the record. Like the worst place team in the East would be first in the Central.
They were before. They're not anymore.
Okay.
Boston is technically below Minnesota.
Okay,
but they were.
So the Twins would be 4th place in the AL East. Like,
yep, it's crazy.
Number 2 is kind of confusing me because I don't know if they're legit or not. It's the Texas Rangers.
I don't think they're legit, but we'll see. They're 3 games clear of Houston, which is impressive.
I think they're a contender and are going to fight for a wild card. They're not good enough to win that division in my mind.
I don't think they can hold that up.
They did just lay a convincing win on Atlanta tonight, I believe. 7-4 or something.
They got shit pumped 12-0 last night by the Braves.
Oh,
win some, lose some.
Yeah.
And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse in Flushing, Queens, the easiest schedule so far has been the New York Mets.
I heard that the other day.
That's crazy. The easiest strength of schedule.
They're only a game and a half up on the Nats.
They're the worst FIP in the league, I'm pretty sure. Like, and I didn't get to but Justin Verlander apparently got booed in his Citi Field debut.
New York's.
Like,
why?
I don't know.
What was I just gonna say?
The Mets.
Oh no, it was before the Mets. Oh,
Braves.
When was the last time there was a team in either Central that was like
that mattered?
Legit.
I want to say the 2021 White Sox, but like they fucking cruised to that division.
Yeah, and
the Cubs
they got shit kicked in
the Cubs in their World Series runs.
Was it the Cubs or Indians at that point?
Yeah, had to have been.
Oh yeah, that was an all central.
Centrals.
Yeah, but like,
That was
has
the
there
last
been
time.
one since then? And before I thought of that, I
central
honestly was
team
thinking
in the World Series.
I was honestly thinking like that Tigers dynasty for years.
Yeah,
It
with
clearly
like
hasn't been the
Verlander,
But like
Scherzer.
other than that, like I'm not even saying in the World Series. I'm just saying like when has there been like a scary team in the
I
Central?
feel like the Cardinals have been, but they've just fucking in hindsight,
Not recently.
Really
not recently.
But that's also like most
so,
divisions. If you look at it going into the year, you're like, all right, there's 2 to 3 teams here that could make some noise, and like one for sure World Series contender, if not 2. When was the last time you looked at the Central and said that? Either Central. It feels like it's been a while. Like I think realignment's got to happen.
Wait, what year? I think it was 19. The Brewers and the Cubs were both good. The Brewers made the NLCS, I'm pretty sure. Like,
yeah, there was a play-in, wasn't there? And it was the Brewers and Cubs.
Yeah, it was the Brewers and Cubs for the division, and then whoever lost that had to play in the wild card. The Cubs.
It wasn't 19 because the Brewers lost to the Nats in 19 because
oh shit, you're right. Was that 18
what's his
then?
name?
Brent
Plank.
Grisham.
Yeah.
Was it? I know they lost to the Dodgers. The Brewers lost to the Dodgers that year. It might have been 17.
I think that Brewers team would have won the World Series that year.
That might have been 17.
Brewers team was gross.
Oh, the 19 team?
Nats team was better.
I think that was, yeah, because that was MVP Yelich. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, no, that was MVP Bellinger, but Yelich was like
the MVP numbers. Yelich,
sick low Kane. Didn't you have Moose? I don't even remember who else on the team.
You had you had the one good year of Castanheira.
Didn't you have good Jesus?
Yeah.
Like now we have bad Jesus.
We're just not going to go over the fact that the Nats had healthy Steven Strasburg, Max Scherzer in his late prime,
a good Patrick Corbin,
Burns,
good Patrick Corbin.
The Nats anyway had Patrick Corbin,
Trey Turner,
Brandon Woodruff,
Anthony Rendon MVP style,
Freddie
vintage
Peralta,
Zim, Howie motherfucking Kendrick,
like rookie Juan Soto.
That team did not deserve to win that game.
Oh, the Nat. Oh yeah, if Trent
didn't Grisham come in as a defensive replacement too?
I think he did.
I forget who the right fielder was.
If he kept the ball in front of him,
wasn't it?
That ball was like right to him.
If he keeps the ball in front of him, the Brewers win.
I could have made that play.
Yep.
Brutal.
Do we want to?
I'm not sure how we ended up on this tangent, but
it's the Central.
I don't know. Central, right? Central's bad. The
I
East, on the other hand, has like
this
5
came
teams
off
that
of
could legit
this
win.
came off of Cardinals catching, and is this how we got here?
Yeah, that is how we got here.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Well, no, it's schedule. The toughest schedules.
Oh
yeah, right. We finished that, right?
Yes.
Speaking of the Central thing, because we might as well just stay there. Zach Greinke became the first pitcher to was it?
The first pitcher to strike out 1,000 different hitters.
Pretty cool, and he didn't celebrate it in the slightest. It was
considering his changeup is faster than his fastball.
Does that surprise you? I'm surprised he didn't sit down behind the mound and ask them to fix it.
Yeah. Can you, Nate? I'm assuming Connor's already seen the graphic. So Nate, can you name the other 5?
I don't remember.
You just told me it was the first. He was the first.
No, he's the fifth.
Fifth
pitcher.
Brent, I can do this because I don't remember who's on the graphic.
Nolan.
Pedro.
Not Pedro.
Okay.
Is there anyone else close to recent?
Yeah.
Scherzer?
No. Oh, not like that recent. Sorry. No.
Okay.
I was about to say Kershaw and then just nope.
Unit?
Yeah.
Schilling?
Clemens? Not Schilling.
Okay.
So I've got 3?
Yeah, you win. So this isn't going
got 3.
Well, you're missing
one. No, I'm trying to count. I'm missing 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he kind of obvious?
No.
What
he's a big name. Like it's not like I'm just gonna make sure.
Bob Gibson?
No. It's let me see here. Sorry.
Tom Seaver?
His career was like late 80s all the way until he retired in 08. Holy Christ.
Jesus.
Jamie Moyer.
He retired at 42. He's not Jamie Moyer.
Jamie Moyer retired at like 50.
I did not realize that this guy pissed for this long. I think I might be steering in the wrong direction.
2000 retired in 2008. Holy shit.
Like Timlin.
No.
Can you give us like
teams?
A notable team?
It'll give it away, but yeah, he was on the Braves.
Glavine.
No.
Maddox.
Retired in 08?
I did not know that either.
Holy shit.
Nuts.
All right.
Kind of cool.
Congratulations, Zach Greinke.
Yeah,
I was going to guess him. I didn't think he was a K guy.
No, me neither. I wouldn't have said. That's why when Connor said it's an obvious one, I'm like, no, it's a big name, but it's not one I would say is an obvious one for this. However, he pitched until 2008, so I guess that kind of helps.
Yeah. I think the most impressive thing on this is you have to be good for such a long period of time to have faced enough hitters to strike out 1,000 hitters. And that's very impressive.
Yeah, because the amount of times you play like the same hitters all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like, especially back then when you didn't really do interleague play.
Yeah, and you basically played like 80 games against your division.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Who are they again? Like all of them. Yeah,
it's really weird seeing Zach Greinke on that list.
You had to be like a multi-team guy. That's the thing, though. You look at multi. That's what I'm sorry, I was meaning. Like
Greinke's been
Verlander couldn't do it because he was basically Detroit, Houston.
Yeah,
Scherzer
could do it because he went Detroit
at the start, but he was Detroit, Washington for a good chunk, and then Mets for a year.
He did start in Arizona,
Dodgers for a year too.
Like,
yeah, true.
Kershaw was only a Dodger. Like,
yeah. Well, that was the same thing with
KC to where did he go after Kansas City? Did he go straight to LA?
Yep.
I think he played for the
San Diego.
He played for the Angels, I think, too. Like,
no, he was in Milwaukee then. Wasn't in Milwaukee?
He's been around. Is kind of where we're looking here. Milwaukee at some point. Yeah.
Google him. He has played.
Yeah, so it's KC, Milwaukee, LA, Zona,
Houston,
back to KC.
Yeah, he got traded from. He was part of that trade deadline where he went from Arizona to Houston.
Because realistically, he makes the least amount of sense on this list.
I don't think of Maddox as a K guy. Greinke used to be a power pitcher, though, man.
But I think of Maddox as like an elite pitcher in MLB history. I don't really see Zach Greinke.
Oh, baseball savant just ruined Zach Greinke for me. Zach's his middle name.
Of course it is.
His first name's Donald.
Donald Greinke.
Shout out Donald Greinke.
Johnny G.
Donnie G. You can't. He's not a Don. You can't say Donnie G. Donnie G doesn't work for him.
Donnie G. We'll call him Donnie K now because he's striking out everybody.
Yeah.
Last thing on the list.
76.9 career.
I mean, I have a couple other things.
I'm looking up Zach Greinke stats before we get right now, just because.
I have a couple.
And I saw. One sec. I saw his case here.
It's 2,914.
He's closing in on striking.
That's insane. That seems low.
Or he's already done it.
He's struck out. There's other guys who have 3,000.
He's one of few to like strike out a batter from every team. They brought that up on Baseball is Dead, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he was on that list.
I think
that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, it was to get a win against every team.
A win against every team?
Yeah. Because I think it was Scherzer who just did it.
Yeah. No, yeah. Verlander.
Was it Verlander?
Verlander.
I think the last one he needed was like the Nationals, you think?
I don't know. What do you got? A couple little things you said?
I got a couple. Well, we mentioned it before we started recording. Kumar Rocker, the 3rd overall pick in last year's draft. Tommy John.
Done.
So
it's almost like
the streak continues.
It's almost like somebody tried to draft him and saw arm issues and didn't sign him.
Yeah, and then the next year a team drafted him 7 spots higher than the team that originally.
Yeah, that made no sense. Like, hey, it is what it is.
Well, they just wanted to get the Vandy boys back together. That's it. So they
it is what it is.
They got a 5-year.
So they can just sit in the minors together. Yep.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jack has been good recently.
I'll believe when I see it.
Last few starts, apparently.
Injury note: turf toe will sideline Jazz Chisholm for 4 to 6 weeks.
That
How
guy
do you
just
get
can't
turf
stay healthy,
toe?
bro.
That's a great question.
Look it up.
What is turf toe?
I'm genuinely curious as to
Because
what turf toe is.
I've seen like NFL players go out with turf toe, but like
Turf.
I've heard of it before. I'm not sure how you get turf toe.
I didn't know MLB players could get turf toe.
Injury happens when the toe is forcibly bent up into hyperextensions, such as pushing off the sprint and having the toe get stuck flat on the turf.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a hyperextended toe.
So it's basically a hyperextended toe, yeah.
Why don't they just say a hyperextended toe?
Because turf toe just sounds cooler.
It's quick off the
No,
tongue.
it doesn't. It makes you sound soft as shit.
It is a sprain to the ligaments around the big toe joint.
Hey, yeah, sorry, I'm sidelined with a hyperextended toe. Or, hey, yeah, sorry, I
Turf
got turf toe. I'll be out for 6 weeks.
I think I want the turf toe.
No,
That sounds like a viral disease. Like when I think of turf toe, I think it's just like a big ass red toe or something. Like that's kind
sounds like something you should pee on in the shower to make it go away.
Jesus, what are we in the 1800s?
You just like inject something into your toe and it makes this big red toe go down. It's kind of what I think of turf toe as.
Now before we
get sores and stuff.
Before we get to a loser organization, do you want I have two things that we could bring up. Do you want to talk about another loser organization or a stat that is insane?
Well, I saw another thing from the loser organization that I'm assuming you're talking about. More fans being kicked out of sections during warm-ups.
I wasn't even talking about that. I think it's the same team we're talking about, but
yeah, it's the A's.
Okay. But I want to start with that. We're gonna do the stat and then we're gonna end off on losers. So
this is too okay.
Yeah, we all remember the Ronald Acuna Jr. home run against Yusei Kikuchi that started Sunday's game.
Yeah, that was a tank.
Fucking tank. So Ronald Acuna Jr.'s passed 8 home runs. The tank that he hit in Toronto, that's the shortest distance he's hit in his last 8 home runs.
Holy fuck.
432 against the Royals, 442 against the Marlins, 448 against the Mets, 461 against the Marlins, 470 against the Red Sox, 421 against the Blue Jays, 454 against the Rangers, 455 against the Rangers.
Hey, at least we kept them under 440.
Like,
we
didn't talk about this. Their defense, however,
it's fucking atrocious.
Awful. They made like 4 errors.
I also completely. Can I change my NL MVP pick? Holy shit, Michael Harris.
Fucker. Yeah, that was bad too.
Fucking me.
Yeah, what was the loser team? I'm assuming it's the A's.
Yes, it was the A's. 2 things on the A's. Over the weekend, other than them kicking out fans, they announced a paid attendance of 2,064.
Nice.
That's
awesome.
It's the lowest that they've ever. It's the lowest surprisingly, it's the lowest they've had since September of non-COVID, obviously, since September of 1979.
They were a loser organization at that point too.
And the other thing, you remember how we talked about the A's, like having a plot of land, like agreed upon?
They're looking into new ones.
Oh no, it's not just looked; they've agreed
on a different one,
on a different plot of land, on the Vegas, on the agreement for a potential stadium on the Tropicana Hotel site along the Vegas Strip. What are you fucking?
I don't want to talk about the A's anymore.
No, we can move on. I just wanted to bring it up because it's like, what the fuck is going
on? Nate, bring up the other thing, and then we get
shout out the Rangers broadcast though, because you know how the A's always can't talk about the signs. The Rangers broadcast like talked about it and showed it. Like, good job. And now we can get
I just want to say I'm very happy sticking with my MVP pick. Fucking Bryce Harper. None of my got that dog in him.
Dude, I have small side note, none of my picks are going well.
So does this mean we're getting off the A's? Because I do want to talk about Bryce.
You can.
Thank God. For starters, Jake Bird. Softest nobody I've ever seen.
I looked at his stats and he's not shit.
No,
he's got like a 3 ERA this year, and he's got a career like low 4, I think. Like he's not shit. He looks like he should be shit.
Sure, I've also never heard of him.
Like he's a 4.22 in 57 career games.
Jake Bird is packing the wiener totter. Like,
oh, speaking of which, how did we bury the fucking lead? Brent went on the wiener totter.
I know, but anyways, like let me finish this. Apparently, he signed an autograph in grade 10 for one of his friends or a yearbook or something and told all of them, don't sell this. It's going to be worth lots of money when I'm in the major leagues. He was 10 years old.
That's cool.
Grade 10 and 10 years
I
old.
don't have respect for him because
I meant to say 10 years old.
I was about to say grade 10.
I said
kid was
10
smart as
first.
shit, dude. He fucking made it to high school at age 10. Then he got
real
dumb.
real dumb,
real
smart
quick.
guy.
Yeah, real dumb, real quick. Started clapping at the Phillies bench and talking
Somebody
shit.
obviously said something. I think the Phillies obviously started that.
Probably.
He struck out Harper in that.
But to try and go after
Harper
Bryce
was on
Harper,
deck.
Harper wasn't even. Yeah, he was on.
Oh
deck.
fuck, he wasn't even.
The thing for me was Jake Bird was all tough until you saw Bryce come out, and then
you saw the long flowing.
I don't think he tried to go after Bryce Harper. I think Bryce Harper just said,
went after
"Here
him."
I
but
am."
He stops and gives him like a "come on" move,
and then you don't see him again.
Instantly backs up.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna be tough and try and take on this whole team, and then one comes at you and you say, "Come on, stand up, go towards him, don't back away like a little bitch."
Bryce Harper says the most poignant line: "You're a fucking loser organization, all of you."
He's right.
Keep in mind, he said, the one person, someone brought this up on Baseballs, that I feel bad for Mike Moustakas.
I was going to say
that's tough. He's the guy standing right there.
He's the guy right in the front of it. He's like,
I have a World Series.
I have a World Series now. I'm like a Silver Slugger. Like,
I was good for a few years.
Speaking of losers, where's Chris Bryant?
Losing.
Chris Bryant is a person that still exists.
Yeah.
Chris Bryant is kind of a loser now.
I feel like he's still decent.
He's irrelevant.
Hey, you can feel that if you want, but it's just not true.
No, I feel like he's decent.
Dude, he hit his first home run at Coors like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Since they signed him.
He has a 787 OPS, but only a 104 OPS plus. Coors effect.
Not great. Not great at all, Bob. No, he is right. That we're talking about the organization that gave up Arenado for nothing.
And $50 million.
No.
And $50 million.
They paid for them St. Louis to take.
You're right.
Because they really wanted who's that pitcher? His name
I don't know.
His name makes me laugh.
I genuinely don't know who they got.
What? Sorry,
Gomber.
Austin Gomber. Gomber is the name that makes you laugh?
Yeah, I don't know why.
They also decided that they were hanging on to Trevor Story so that they could let him walk away in the offseason.
And John Gray.
Boston.
And John Gray.
Loser organization.
But they signed Daniel Bard.
But you know what?
Good for them.
They're 5 fucking miles ahead of the A's.
Yep. That's crazy. Loser organization, and they're somehow not even the worst one. It's insane.
Guys told me 2 years ago that the Rockies were going to act like this, like trade Arenado for nothing and pay for him to go away, and then just let 2 arguably franchise cornerstones for the past few years walk for nothing. And
I think it says more.
They weren't even going to be close to the worst organization in baseball.
I think it says more that you just said that John Gray and Trevor Story were franchise cornerstones.
Well, Trevor Story makes sense. He was legitimately good in Colorado.
John Gray was
their only ace.
They've had Herman Marquez.
Okay, fine.
Aldo Jimenez was a thing for a point.
Gray had like 3 good, like really good years, I'd say.
Aldo Jimenez hasn't had a good year.
Well, he hasn't been in the majors for like 5 years. So
yeah, he was not good for Colorado since his rookie season.
Didn't he almost win a Cy Young?
Yeah,
in Colorado.
That was 2010. We're talking 13 years ago.
Oh, I'm not saying it was recent. I didn't bring him up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He had a 288. Never was good again.
Okay. Are we off of Bryce Harper? Because both of you guys need to make apologies to somebody.
Probably not. I don't apologize.
I don't believe so.
Okay. Do you guys want to know a player that is 97th percentile in sprint speed, 91st percentile outs above average, 98th percentile in outfielder jump, and 98th percentile in arm strength?
Bradley Zimmer.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
Why do I need to apologize to
Why do I need to
Tatis?
apologize to
You guys
Tatis?
thought he was gonna be shit.
Well, I don't need to apologize for that.
You
It's
fucker.
May.
Yeah.
I just don't like Tatis anymore.
It's May.
How are the Padres doing?
As of right now, he did just.
He looks really good dancing when they're down 6 in the outfield.
Yeah, that part's embarrassing. It's also May, and I've never seen Tatis healthy for longer than 3 months. So I don't
Also,
owe Tatis
not using
apologies.
steroids.
Yeah. I will apologize to Tatis if he wins an MVP.
Should have picked him for my MVP.
No, because he can't stay healthy. He's never been able to do it. Never. No time in his career has Fernando Tatis stayed healthy enough to be the MVP. He shows up and puts up MVP numbers, but he never stays healthy enough.
He played 130 in 2021.
That's not good.
That's not MVP level.
No.
You missed a month.
75 OPS.
He had a great numbers. Missed a month. An entire month.
You can't be the most valuable to your team.
That was 2 years ago.
Unless you come in and are like, you have a 1-1.
Yeah.
Then I would entertain that. A 975 and you miss a month isn't
not good. He's Troy Tulowitzki. Great when he was in, could not play.
Great when he was in Colorado.
It was still great when he was in.
Dog shit in Toronto.
Not true. He was okay. Let's see. You remember Troy Tulowitzki, the Yankee?
Wasn't he a Yankee for like a month?
5 games.
Jesus.
Didn't he hit a nuke against the Jays?
He did.
He did. You guys remember Vladimir Guerrero Sr., the Blue Jay?
I do. He was never an actual Blue Jay, but he was a Dunedin Blue Jay.
There's an image out there that was
fucking...
What?
Yeah. We had this conversation on the podcast.
Signed a minor league deal with the Blue Jays, I'm pretty sure. And then just never... I think it was 70? No,
it's part of the reason why Vlad came here. We've definitely talked about this. Vlad came here because the way Vlad Sr. spoke about the Toronto Blue Jays organization. Because the way they treated him in his time in the minors, he really loved it. Yes. So that is part of the reason why we have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to this day.
Do you remember Vlad Sr., the Baltimore Oriole?
Yes.
Isn't that where Ranger. He hit the bounce, the ball that bounced?
No, I think that was in LA.
It was everywhere he went.
It was everywhere, but like the memorable one, the most memorable one.
He did it.
I don't think he did anything memorable in Baltimore.
Troy Tulowitzki had a 761 OPS in his last year.
With the Blue Jays?
Yep.
In like 50 games.
In 66 games. No, 131 games. Sorry. 131 games. Wait, am I on the right one?
That's not the guy we traded for.
Pardon me. Sorry. Not the last year here. He played 3 years here?
Yeah. He played half of 15, 16, and 17.
I thought he only played 2. In 2016, he had a 761 OPS.
That's not the guy we traded for.
Well, he was part of that 17 team that just like fell off a cliff.
Oh yeah, I think JD was also out in a bunch in that 17 team too.
He only played 66 games in 2017, so that makes sense. He had 24 homers, 79 RBIs. He had 254 with a 318 and a 443 slug.
You say 24 homers?
Yep.
In how many games?
131.
Okay, I thought you said he hit 24 and 66.
No. Like, sorry, that was the next year. He only hit 7 and 66. Okay. No, he was good. He also played great defense, which was all he needed to do here.
With his glove that literally wanted to fall apart every day.
Yeah.
So,
all right, I think we're done.
Just on Mr. Bird and his Colorado shit baseball team.
Yep.
I think this was said on Baseball is Dead, but this is literally going to be their only contribution to the season. And shout out to Jake Bird for making a name for himself, because no one would have known of him.
I'd never heard of Jake Bird.
No, but he's been a talking point for like 3 days now.
Yep. It's crazy. Good for you. All you had to do is get yelled at by Bryce Harper.
Maybe grow a set of balls next time and
maybe step
run away from it. But
yeah. Well, I don't think I would step up to Bryce Harper either, though. Looking at him,
I would.
He's got a few screws loose.
I would.
Oh yeah, it definitely wouldn't go well. That's a guy that like I watched him throw a helmet at Hunter Strickland.
He didn't hit.
Did you see what he
didn't
did
hit
this
him.
time, though? Did you see what he did this time? He was on deck with his bat and helmet and everything on. He put them down, took his helmet off, and put his bat down.
That's what we call growth.
As also Bryce Harper, it's like a month and a half off him having like coming back from Tommy John.
Yeah,
maybe.
That's what I mean. Couple of screws loose. He still has to wear that big ass guard on his elbow because he can't really do it healthily.
Gronk brace, as I call it.
Yeah. So I don't know.
This is why they were worried.
Starting a brawl.
Bryce is that guy.
He doesn't really think. That's a shout out to Bryce for that. I love Bryce for that, man. He's so fun. Are we done? We're good. Nothing else.
Small side note.
Okay.
Can we just talk about just gonna be complete? I just because what it dong just popped up on my screen for a certain. Fucking how small is Wrigley Field gaps?
I don't know, but Cavan's homer hit today would have been a homer.
Would have been a homer in Wrigley.
I didn't know they had a unicorn spot, but yeah, it's because of the baskets.
Did you guys see the overlay of
the smallest and the biggest?
And biggest parks?
Yeah, super cool looking. Wrigley's on there a lot.
It's like all Fenway and Wrigley.
You know what's also on there? Fenway.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Fenway's on there. Like the entire right side of Fenway is just like.
Yeah. The right corner of Fenway, and then it goes to like Wrigley, and then I know the left side, the entire left side is Fenway, obviously. But then like Fenway is like the deepest at like center and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's weird.
Yeah. The last thing before Brant gets us out of here, I want Kevin Biggio to be traded.
So he gets better.
I
just want him to figure it out.
Just go that, and that's what I'm thinking. He's not going to figure it out here.
He's going to figure it out. He's going to get hot. He's going to have a 1 dot in June.
Where would he get traded and get playing time?
I don't know. Oakland.
The White Sox.
The White Sox when we get Liam Hendricks. Yeah.
When we get Liam Hendricks or Lucas Giolito.
I want Liam Hendricks. I don't want to.
I feel like
I just don't know where you put you.
Kevin could get us both.
I think so too. One for 2.
Yeah.
We'll kick in cash.
I remember before we traded. You guys remember that like weird part of the offseason before we traded for Varsho, where we were like, "Oh, Jano and Cav for Liam Hendricks."
Like, I never said trade either one of them. So
while we're on that, do we think that Kirk could have got us Varsho?
Yep.
Yeah.
I said that last year.
I think Kirk by himself could have got us Varsho.
Yes.
Like.
I think we traded the wrong catcher. Yes, I said that back when it happened.
Oh, I knew we traded the wrong catcher. I didn't think the regression would be this quick.
I didn't either, but I still think we traded the wrong catcher.
It's just a small side note. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. has hit the "I'm the best hitter on the planet" portion of his season.
Lovely.
Because as of today, he's batting.
Well, it's good for him in May because it's going to be fucking downhill the rest of the year.
Yeah, he's batting right now. He's batting 309. 371, 537 with a 908 OPS, 148 OPS plus, and he had 5 home runs last year.
Yep,
already has 6.
Nice.
So
it's a shame that Arizona's good because he could be a great deadline pickup.
Mm-hmm.
We could use a DH.
Let me Google Gabe Moreno real quick.
He's also hitting above 300.
He's hitting like 323.
It's dropped down a bit.
I don't think the pop's there, but
he's batting 321 with a 345 on base.
Never mind.
He's batting 345 on base.
So he doesn't know what a walk is.
396 slugging.
Did you say 396 slugging?
Yes.
He's hitting 320 and has
he's got
OPS below 750.
741.
That math doesn't make sense to me.
345 on base.
That means he's not hitting extra bases ever.
I understand that. I just don't understand how that works. I understand the math.
Have you seen him hit the ball?
He has 30. Okay, he has 35 hits this season.
A ball through a wall.
No,
he's 35. Yeah, he has 35 hits this year, or 34 hits this year. 5 doubles, 1 homer.
He's also been a dog behind the plate.
Dude, his pop time.
Yeah, he's always been a dog.
Why did we trade him?
Fuck
this window. Why did we trade him?
You know who's just as crazy?
Got Lourdes and Kirk. Lourdes and Kirk for fucking Varsho and Alek Thomas. Like,
I don't know about that.
Okay, you know,
I do have one more thing before we go.
yeah, this is genuinely the last thing.
We all have one more thing.
It's midnight.
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna read you off a Savant page, and I want you to tell me if you can tell me who it is.
Is it a good Savant page or a bad Savant page?
You tell me. 29th percentile in average exit velocity, 6th in max exit velocity, 1st percentile hard hit percentage, 78th expected weighted on base average.
I know who
99 expected batting average. I know you do.
I know.
59 expected slug, 7th barrel percentage, 100% in K percentage, 49th in walk percentage, 100th in whiff percentage, 28th in chase rate, 28th sprint speed, 8th outs above average, 11th in arm strength.
I know who this is. So Nate, you go ahead.
Espinal?
No, not a Blue Jay.
Not a Blue Jay.
Then I don't know.
This is Luis Ariz.
That is Luis Ariz. Luis Ariz has the most ridiculous Savant page I've ever seen.
Psychotic Savant page.
The man, give me a second here, is hitting 382. He's hitting 382, but he's hitting nothing hard the entire year.
Okay, you talked about how Gabe only has he's under a 750 OPS, batting 321. Luis Ariz has a 900 OPS.
Yeah.
Batting 382.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he hits doubles.
Does he? He's 7 doubles, a triple, and a homer out of his 52 hits.
Well, then I don't know what to tell you.
He's got an on-base percentage of 437, and he somehow still doesn't have a 1 dot. It's crazy, man. Luis Ariz is such a strange baseball player. Yeah, thanks for listening. As always, everything's linked in the description below. We will catch you. What day is it today? Tuesday. We will catch you at the end of the week sometime. Hopefully, we have a couple more wins against the Yankees because this is painful. Yeah. Cheers.